Amigas, I am so excited for today's episode. I have some of the most energetic, I can't even put to words what they make me feel when I'm in the same room as them. But you know when people describe someone coming in, stepping into the room, and then you just kind of stop and look at them. This is exactly what these two amazing mujerones mean to me. And I know that a lot of people get the same energy and vibe from them. So please help me welcome Patty and Priscilla.
Hey.
Thank you so much, ladies, for being here today. And I wanted to start this episode the way that I feel like every time I'm with you guys, this is the vibe we get.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Hey! Little seated twerk.
Who's this?
BNP. Baila, Sonia, baila. Menéate.
Now, we were going to stand up and dance for you guys, but the mic and everything. So we're not going to mess the setup
It's all right.
But
Let's look out for another PNP.
I love this song because I just remember the Mujeron Movement event where we had Patty and Priscilla. You came as well. And we put this song, and I just looked at you guys, and I'm like, I just want to fucking be like them. I literally want that energy in my life. I feel like that's something that I've always kind of struggled with. But I wanted today to just talk about friendship, talk about motherhood, talk about the feminine energy that you do a lot of work on, Patty. And thank you guys again for being here.
Thank you for having us.
We're so excited. This is like a little PNP podcast store, and we're here for it.
We're here for it.
Unexpected, and we're saying yes to it all.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that we love doing together, and the podcast world is our new obsession. We got to do it together. We don't want to do it at all. So it's our next PNP thing.
Yeah, I think it's also, it shines a different light on us. It's a time for us to receive these questions that we actually hear all the time, but we don't get to elaborate on. Yeah. So thank you for having us.
Yeah, also you guys are such badasses. Why not?
Thank you.
We need to hear what you guys are up to and how are you doing it?
I'll take it, received.
So I want to start with friendship, right? I feel like building this community, meeting so many women, friendship is so important when we're growing in our journeys as women. I think as Latinas especially, it's such a weird space to navigate because growing up there's a lot of competition, or there's just this the Latinas don't get along, this stigma out there about us. And I feel like meeting women, genuine women that want good things for you and invite you to your circle and are open has been life-changing for me, coming from pageants and coming from an industry that was very, very just competitive. I feel like this is such a fresh, how do they say it? A breath.
A breath of fresh air.
A breath of fresh air. And I want to kind of talk about how you guys navigate that, because obviously you two are doing amazing things and you guys are so close, creating content together, seeing you guys together. I don't know. Can you guys tell us what the secret sauce is for attracting such a beautiful friendship?
I'll let P go first because we are similar but also so different. And I think we have two different approaches to friendship.
Yeah, Patty and I met back in our hometown in Westchester County in New York. And, we come from a friend group that we're all actually first generation American, o Latinas, o Dominicanas, and because there is a very big Dominican population in New York. And to say that we're still friends with a lot of those girls is wild. Yeah. And everyone's doing insane things. So that cliche, your vibe attracts your tribe, that is so real. For me personally, I have a very, how can I say this? I have a very talk to me about how I am with my friends in the sense of my non-negotiables are pretty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I have
I think P is so open and Priscilla is a connector. Priscilla knows who's going to work with best, how everyone can support one another, and she can always show up but your boundaries are hardcore.
Yes, that is the word that I'm looking
boundaries.
for. Boundaries. I really do have very thick boundaries in my friend group, like in my friendships, in my relationships. Like if I feel at any point there's like the alignment isn't there, it's like, it's not like, oh, I'm having a bad day and I feel like I can't vent. It's not about that. That's real. Like we welcome all that. It's when the synergy is off and I'm feeling that. And I've always kind of been like that since high school, really. I think understanding that just like the people that light you up, you want to be around that. And, you know, you have the energy suckers and you have the energy givers. And I don't know, for me, like I love people. I love friendships. I love relationships. So like, why not just stick around with the people that just like infuse you with so much love and light? And Patty, meeting her was like an instant like zing.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna be in each other's lives forever. And from that friend group, we were the only two that moved to California, her in San Francisco, me in LA. And it was Facebook, chat, AOL. It was I don't even know what was back then,
Skype?
but that's
Skype.
what kept us in touch was like the online social groups and stuff. So we kept in touch in there and then forget about it. It became history after that.
Yeah. But what I wanted to say is that Priscilla, like you said, you love people. And it's not that I don't love people, but I'm more of an ambivert. So I think the way that I show up on social media, people expect me to be like, yeah, all the time. And I'm like, who are you? And why are you looking at me? Like, I forget that I do have this presence in person, but also this presence online. So I think we're equally selective, actually. Like, you're very selective, but you're more open.
Yeah.
And I'm more like, I don't know. Especially being an intuitive, I don't love to give my time to everyone and like, let's go on a coffee date. I'm like, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about on this coffee date?
Right.
I have this like core group of people, ride or die, so the end of time, and then that circle gets a little bit bigger, but there's group A, group B, group C, and I have my group A, and if there's a group B, great, but I'm really stable with my group A. But also lots of discernment and lots of boundaries too. I think we're really expressive about because I think if we just respect ourselves so much, that how can we be around people who don't honor, respect themselves? Right? And like, we'll be there. We'll uplift you. Again, you have those moments of weakness where you want to vent, and girl, we got you. Pero if this is your personality, oh my God, girl, you're bringing me down now.
Right.
Yeah.
Girl, I can't believe in you more than you believe in yourself. Like we can hold you up, but you got to get your sea legs going and kind of take off on your own.
Yeah.
So I think that
victim mentality, flakers. That's
Flakers.
it. Never. That. Priscilla, everyone knows. Everyone knows in the Priscilla friend group. Like we say we're gonna do something, we do it. Like we're making plans, we go with it. Like victim mentality, boom. Like this is not. We're not on the same playing field.
And
in that
space.
sense.
Like we give each other so much space. We're not up each other's ass. We know when someone is going through something. We kind of check in lightly. We just give each other space and just understanding. I think you're the most understanding of all. Like you don't take anything personal. When I'm like, where is she? I'm checking the location. I'm like, she lied to me. She's with that man. So I'm more all up in it. I'm a little bit more.
I love it.
Yeah.
So
I stopped checking your location because you keep lying to me. I'm not going to check no more.
Oh my God, I love it. So I love the boundaries because there's something specifically that you said, Priscilla, that I was like, wow. When someone or there's a situation that doesn't align, like quickly just, hey, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes we linger, right? We give people the benefit of the doubt. We allow them to come back into our life. And the more you see that, that's just how they are, how do you deal with letting go? Especially when there's like those sister wounds, right? Of people that maybe once or twice have not been there for you the way that you thought they were going to be there for you. How do you let go of those relationships?
So I can fortunately say that my best friends from back in the day are still my best friends now. And not to say that there haven't been tough moments throughout that, but what comes to mind are all the my one night stand friendships. The people that I met in LA and even even when I first moved to Arizona, just like you have to go through friends to also find other friends, right? Like you start to like jump into these groups and you're like, okay, you got to put yourself out there if you're looking for community, if you're looking for friendship. And then some way throughout that, you find other people. You're like, okay, we're aligned in this. So, okay, wait, maybe that group wasn't my jam, but from there I met X, Y, and Z. And so I think about my 20s in LA when I went through so many different friend groups. You know, I was new, I was from New York, just got to California and just like didn't know anyone. So I would hang out with, literally if you had a pulse and you asked me to hang out, I'd be like, yep, I'm free, cleared out my schedule, I was gonna do laundry, but now we're hanging out. So I just hung out with the most eccentric array of people of all time. And, you know, there was a lot of people that was like, okay, like I said, like the victim mentality would come up, the flakiness. And it's like, okay, if the energy isn't the same, then, you know, if we're hanging out for a long time, I have no problem having a conversation. Even if it makes my voice shake, even if it makes my knees shake a little bit, like there's nerves coming out, having hard conversations is a part of it. And I think that that's something that people shy away from. Yes. But if you also just want to like dip out and write an email, like go ahead, like just put it in writing, like that, whatever your way is, if you want to just ghost them, I don't think that's the best way. But if like you need that for your peace, if you need that for to hold your own boundaries, then go ahead. I think that a lot of times we think because we have a friend, like it's like ride or die till the end. And, you know, at some point every person that comes into your life is for a reason. It is for a season. And the minute you feel like you've gone through that and you've learned the lesson, then it's like, okay, this is where we part. Let's have that conversation of like why we're not aligned. Right. Or just slowly start stepping away. Maybe you're not there for everything. Maybe you're not answering the text right away and making the plans. I mean, at some point, energy like just says it for itself.
Girl, as a person who's been ghosted by long-term friendships, I had to learn the lesson of it's really not you.
Right.
If someone is abandoning you, they're also abandoning parts of yourself.
Yeah.
And that's fucking hard. And it's so tough for me to also accept that, oh, my friend abandoned herself. And those people have come back into my life and I've accepted them graciously with conversation. And I self-proclaimed I'm the person in that relationship where like, I'm going to try.
Yeah.
Padecí que traté, right? In the book of my life, Patty just didn't give up on anyone.
Nope.
Patty just didn't abandon anyone.
Never.
Patty tried.
Patty's
Maybe
loyal.
I texted, I'm very loyal.
Very loyal.
Patty called or she texted and you didn't text me back, fine, pero I tried. So I think it sucks. Like no one wants to feel abandoned and those conversations need to be had, but they don't always. And so we kind of have to create our own story, our own conclusion, our own closure and just say, you know what, I wish them the best. And if they come back to my life, great. And if they ask for forgiveness, even better. But I always try. And I think that's why I value my friendship so much because I wouldn't do that. Yeah. But at the same time, I've messed up in relationships. Also, right. I want to know what I did so that I can be better, not in this relationship, but in the next one and the next one. Yeah. Because speaking of sister wounds, right? You are my sister. Period. You are my sister. And so I feel more comfortable talking on this podcast, talking to both of you than I do to my mom or to my sisters, like my actual blood sisters. ¿Por qué? Because I'm the youngest. I'm the artist, I'm the black sheep, all these things that made me feel so small about myself that everyone is like, Patty, when you enter a room, you're bright. And my family was like, oh, just another. Está loca. No me hacen caso. But everyone's like, oh my God, great. And so I'm like, wow, go where you are wanted, right? And at home, I am still having those hard conversations, trust me. Because when one of my friends told me, I'm an activator, like activate emotions in people. I bring things up. And that's what people do when they confront you. They're like a mirror. They show you a mirror and you're like, let's talk about it. And if you run away, fine. But I already had 10 conversations in my head about it. I feel good. So I think just for me, it's like trying.
And I feel like I'm more like you where I'm like, okay, I'm going to make an effort to let you know that I'm open to talking it out. But absolutely, once you don't get that reciprocity, you're kind of like, well, this is what it is. I want to ask you something, especially because a lot of the women that listen to this podcast are up to something, right? Whether they host events, they have a podcast, they have a community, they're business owners, just like you guys. Has it ever felt like now that you're out there and you're building something where you get new friendships or you find new friendships where you feel or there's this energy of like, well, how are we going to help each other in that way? Like, how do you navigate that? Because I feel like, I will be honest, sometimes I feel like I either have to hire someone or somehow work with them in order to feel like it's a friendship. And it's been kind of a weird space to navigate. How do you guys navigate that?
I wouldn't say that I experienced that. I think people were like interested in collaborating and like maybe one day, and I'd love to have you on my podcast or at this event or this retreat. But it doesn't feel like assertive or aggressive. Like, how can we make this happen? We're going to make this happen. But I do think like even just recently, someone DM'd me and they're like, hey, I'm new to the community. Like, can you get me in touch with some community builders? I'm like, what are you looking for? What area? What wellness? Is it business? And so to offer, I know that it's enough to offer support in that way and to make those connections. Like, again, P's really good at connecting people. And I don't always have to work with someone or hire someone. But I have experienced that guilt before where, especially when someone is wanting to learn from you and maybe as like a mentee or just like, you know what, I'll just come in. You don't even have to pay me. I'll just help you. And then every little project, you're like, how can I fit them in? How can I fit them in? And sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't work. And so also I gave myself permission to think of certain people for certain projects so that I can use their strengths. Because for someone who is like, I'll do whatever you want, I don't want that. I want you to thrive so that I feel supported too. Like, what are you great at? And I'll give you that task and I'll figure out the rest by myself or I'll get someone else. So I think I like to think of it as like a temporary project basis and like, you're with me for 5 years or ride or die like my friends or whatever it is. Like, how can I best use you so that we can back to reciprocity? So we're both helping each other.
Yeah. I mean, everything is a collaborative process. Like, I think that, again, just going back to like I think both of our strengths is just like communication, and we're just like no BS in it. Like there's no, if there's something that you're wanting. I mean, again, just like the whole New York attitude of just tell me what you want. Tell me what you need, right? Is this like a friendship or is this something else? Like, let's have the conversation. So sometimes I feel like Patty and I are really good at also reading energy. So it's like, if we're feeling one way, we're just like, we're just asking the questions to keep going a little deeper to figure out exactly what it is like you're wanting and how we can support that. Because there's nothing I love more than like someone asking. I feel like it's like my mama heart is just like, what do you need? How can I help you? Like, what do you want? Let me know. Just tell me. That the more honest you are. But I don't feel any pressure or guilt for anything. I'm pretty honest from the beginning of what the needs are and I always like pick the right people for the right roles in that sense for whatever project we're
I love that. And I definitely feel like communication is the biggest key, right? In any relationship. I feel like sometimes just not taking things personal, right? Because like you said, there's some projects that you might not fit into, and it's not personal. It's aside from the friendship, right? But yeah, I wanted to just kind of see what you guys have felt and how you guys have navigated that. I want to turn the conversation a little bit more to Priscilla now on motherhood and how there was a specific post that I literally saw it, and like I want to get emotional because I know the struggle of being a mom.
Go for it. Go for it.
Sorry.
Don't apologize.
And it was like your day and you're just fucking killing it and being a present mom. How? Like, share how you navigate that, because it's definitely achievable, but some days are better than others. And
listen, I post the highlights. I'm going to be and everyone knows that. There's no way you're not seeing me, screaming or being upset or crying. I don't show that. That doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Like, I'm still learning how to show up on social media, but what's easy for me is the highlights in that sense. I'm not always present. No, I'm not. I'm not always doing the most. Absolutely not. What I posted was a good day. It was a great day. It was an insane day in that sense. But, my kids are home with me half the time and they're only in school a few days. And, Patty was at my house for I don't know how many hours yesterday, which, by the way, again, you guys think that we spend every waking moment together, and we truly don't. She just happened to be there yesterday, and she caught me losing my shit a little bit, And Benny just walked past Willow and just smacked her upside the head. And it was like,
I felt so bad. I got him in trouble.
That was the end of the day of me spending the whole day with them, So it was I was done. And It's every day, every hour is different. And how do I do it? I think we all just do what we can. We all show up with like the battery that we wake up with, and it just like goes down throughout. But I think it's really important for parents and mothers to like understand that it's like, every day is going to look so different. I say it all the time. I'm like the preacher of like the season of your business is the season that your kids are in, because you just can't give it 100%. Mothers cannot. Like that idea that we're going to be able to put 100% in our business, it's like, it's unachievable. You're putting this like unrealistic goal in front of you because you have others to tend to. And that's also not even including yourself. You have your business, you have your partner, you have your kids, one or multiple, it's all the same. Whether it's 1 or 5, it's all the same. And then you have you. Where do you fit into that? So compassion, love, support with your friends, and again, the boundaries, going back to like having them so deeply defined. And like, I imagine going through all of this as a mother, and then also being in friendships that drain you. That's on you, boo. You're doing that. You're saying yes to that. I don't have time to say yes to that. I'm going to keep myself around the Patties and the yous and the people that just like, I love to have conversation with and I love to just disconnect with, because that's my time, right? How can I be a present mother? How can I be a present business owner and all of this if I'm just like being around like things that don't light me up? So, I don't balance it all well. I just do what I can. And every week and every season is so different. When I'm in event season, it's like, when I'm doing a project, it is like, boom, who are kids? Did they eat? It's Tuesday. Don't think I fed them since Sunday, right? Like, okay, the minute it's gone, I'm like, oh, I am just like, where do you guys want to go? We'll go to the zoo 3 times a day, right? And I'm like the most present. It's like up and down. It's like every season is so different. And I don't put unrealistic goals on it, and I do feel guilty at times, and I try to check myself, but I don't have the answer to that. I really don't. And I think it's okay not to. I think we're just like trying to figure it out until our kids are in school Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. JK. I love hanging out with my kids.
Yeah. Can I add something so small to that? Is the part about the highlights, right? For a long time, I was like, wow, Priscilla tiene una paciencia infinita. Never gets angry, which makes me like, oh, I'm like a very patient titi, and I'm here. And then sometimes when you do yell at the kids, I'm like, yeah, they deserve that. And I'm like, oh, that's normal. And then that made me feel like I can be more disciplinary as well, and just like seeing the humanity of motherhood, because there's no way that you're not yelling at that kid at least once a day.
Yeah. And I really try. I was yelled at as a child. I was, again, my Dominican parents, like they like told me what's up every second, even if I didn't ask or do anything, right? So I grew up being yelled at. I also, very honestly, like I have a very close relationship with my family, but when it comes down to something happening big, my parents are the first people that I call to tell them big news, right? And it's because of that feeling of when something happened to a kid, I always felt like I was going to get in trouble. I do not want my kids to feel that way. Mm-hmm. So I really try to approach my parenting very different, where it is more gentle parenting or what.
Talk
but also,
to your kids.
I do. I have a lot of conversations. We talk a lot, and it's more for me as well. I was like, okay, what do you need? Like I try to go eye level with them as much as possible and just have the conversation. And they know when mommy's in the office, it's like my kids are a little older. I have a 3-year-old and a almost 5-year-old. So they're a little older right now, where it's like, okay, they play together. They're on the side. Like I'm also in like a different parenthood season than I was the past 3 years or 4 years or what. And that makes a difference. So the fact that they can even play together, that they can be in the other room and I can get some work done, like, whew, I feel like a rock star now, right? And then one gets sick and forget about it, throw all that out the window. But yeah.
Yes, I love that. I completely feel like that resonated, the seasons, right? Like there's going to be seasons. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that has helped me, just giving myself permission to have those seasons where if I'm in event season as well, it's like, yeah, we're probably going to have takeout. And
I'll be there, Ezra. I promise I'll be there. We're going to do all the things after. Once this Mujeron event tour is done, like it's you and me, baby, and it's not like you're putting them off for like years. And that's the nice thing about things being seasonal. But I do think mothers have these unrealistic expectations, and I think that is like the unnecessary weight that they're putting on their back. Like, delegate as much as you can. You need a team. It's not the same, right? Like, we don't have they say you have the same hours. Yeah, we have the same hours, but it's like, I saw this meme one time that said, people with no kids don't even understand how many free hours they have in a day. And it's like so true, right? Like, we wake up at 2:00 in the morning, and what do? We go use the bathroom, we go look at the nanny. Kids are breathing. Are they good? Should I go in there? Should I put my hand on their chest and make sure they're like, that takes us away, right? It's not just me going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. It's me just checking and making sure everything's good because of my family. It's just a different approach. So I think like comparing yourself to someone with no kids or comparing yourself with older kids, whatever season they're in, it's just like, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary stress. Like, it's you versus you from the beginning to the end. Your story is your story. And if you are going to be the mother that wants to, dedicate it all to your business so that you can provide X, Y, and Z, go ahead, mama. Do whatever it is you need to do and what feels aligned to you, because that is going to be different than me.
Yes, I love that. All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much. I love this conversation together. I want to just ask one more question to each of you. If there's something you could tell younger P, younger Patty, like what would that be?
The same thing I heard from my higher self, from God, from goddesses, just be yourself.
Yeah.
And for me, what does that mean is a very creative, multi-interest, multi-talented, energized, ADHD, just girl, keep being you, and everything that you're interested, explore it, and you'll find out what you like and what you don't like, but keep going, and don't let anyone tell you that you're not focused or that you're not unambitious, but this is how your brain works. And what a blessing to have this creative, flowing mind of yours. Yeah. Be you, girl. That's what I'd say.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And for all the 30 and 40 and 50-year-olds out there, too.
Yeah,
like,
true.
Be you, boo. I would tell younger P to trust more. Like, trust the process. It will all work out the way it needs to. You follow the breadcrumbs. You do exactly what lights your soul on fire in every single step. And sometimes, it's going to be a detour that's going to bring you back to the path, but just trust. I think I worried a lot of what my future was going to look like and everything. And I just didn't have, when people ask, like, what's your 5 or 10 year plan? Like, nothing made me want to just like, even till this day, just like paralyze me than that. Right. And I would shy away from that question. And it's something that we got asked a lot at that time. And I really wish I was just okay with saying, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm trusting, and I know that it's all going to work out because I'll never stop.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. And thank you, like, seriously, for your light, for just sharing and being vulnerable, because it helps, it helps seeing amazing women like you open up. So thank you. I hope this episode helped you, amiga. I hope that you are also giving yourself permission to just be yourself, like Patty said. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Mujeron podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was amazing.